With Colorado and Deion Sanders playing KU this fall in football, I've decided to go back to a video that I made almost 2 years ago and update it. That would be my top 10 KU matchups that I would like to see in the near future. So, let's update it. Hey, what's up everybody? It's Drew, better known as RockChalk01, and in this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 10 KU football matchups that I would like to see in the near future, the 2024 edition. Yeah, since Colorado is playing KU in football this fall, I've decided to update this list and take Colorado completely out of it because, well, they're going to play them. Now, this list I did 2 years ago. I kind of rearranged some of the games in a way that fits better, in my opinion, and I've also added a team that I think makes the most sense. So with that said, let me know in the comments what you guys think. But without further ado, here's my top 10 matchups that I would like to see.
Okay, here we go. Number 10. This is the team that I replaced Colorado with. And honestly, in my eyes, this one should be pretty obvious to add on the schedule. But number 10 is the University of Buffalo. Yep, the Buffalo Bulls. Now you might be wondering, why in the world did you pick this, Drew? And I have an explanation. The first one being is that this would be the first overall meeting between these two. Yep, they've never played against each other. And the second one is probably the more obvious reason why, is that this would also be known as the Lance Leipold Bowl, as he has coached both Kansas and Buffalo. He was the head coach at Buffalo for 6 seasons from 2015 until 2020, where he left that job to become the Kansas coach in 2021. So yeah, Buffalo is my number 10. Now on to number 9. This team has kind of dipped in recent years, but most people remember their successes from the late 2000s and early 2010s. Number 9 is Boise State. Actually, the Broncos were on my list the last time, as they were originally number 10 on my list. This would also be KU's first time facing against Boise State, but on a personal note, I would love to see the Jayhawks play on the blue turf at least once in my lifetime. That would be kind of cool. So those are the reasons why Boise State is at number 9. Now we move on to my number 8 team. This team has had some ups and downs, more downs recently, and is also well known for having 2 incredible quarterbacks come out of the school and play in the NFL. Also, this team has moved conferences and has joined the ACC for the 2024-25 season. Number 8 is the Cal Golden Bears. Yeah, that's right. Cal was actually on my original list. They were originally number 9 on my list. Now, the reason why I have them here, this would be the first time that KU and Cal would play against each other since 1992. Now, originally, it was supposed to be that KU hasn't been on the West Coast, but KU hasn't played in the state of California since 1988. And although there are many schools in the state of California that KU could play, Cal seems like the most reasonable team that they have a chance to play. So that's why Cal is here at number 8. Now on to my number 7. This team has had some success in recent years and also had a couple quarterbacks drafted in the first round of the NFL draft, one of them recently. But this school is more known for being a basketball program. Number 7 is the North Carolina Tar Heels. In fact, UNC was on my list last time. UNC was originally number 8 on my list. Now, the reason why I have them here is because this would be the first time they would play against each other on the gridiron since 1986. Also, this is a battle of basketball blue bloods, and KU has played others before, recently with UCLA in 2001 and Duke in 2022. And I would like to see this matchup happen real soon. So that's why North Carolina is my number 7. Alright, now on to number 6, and oh boy, let's just face it, this team stinks. They were probably one of the worst teams in the FBS, and they're one of the worst teams in their conference every single year. Let's just face it, they're a lovable loser. Number 6 is the Vanderbilt Commodores. In fact, I had Vandy on my list last time. They were originally number 3 on my list, but they slipped down to number 6 after KU's recent success in the last 2 seasons. This would be the first time that Vandy would play KU since 1985, and because I had it on here, this would have been the battle of lovable losers in their respective conferences, with KU in the Big 12 and Vandy in the SEC. So that's why I had Vandy here at number 6. Now we move on to number 5. This team is historically successful and has seen a big surge in recent years, but this one kind of hits closer to home thanks to a family member attending this university. Number 5 is the Tennessee Volunteers, and Tennessee was actually on my list last time. The Volunteers were number 7 on my original list. This would be the first time that KU and Tennessee would meet on the gridiron since 1974. And the main reason why they're here on this list, my aunt went to the University of Tennessee. Also, I would love to go to Neyland Stadium to see the game be played, because there's a good chance that it would be played there. So that's why Tennessee is my number 5. Now on to number 4. This team is widely considered to be one of college football's most historic programs, with many national championships under their belt. But the reason why I have them here is because this would be somewhat of a family tribute. Number 4 is the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. In fact, the Irish were on my list originally. Notre Dame was number 6 on that original list. This would be the first time that these two would meet since 1999. In fact, this was the first KU football matchup that I was alive for, which says something. Also, this would be a tribute to my late grandfather, who was a die-hard Notre Dame fan. Also, as an added bonus, I would love to see this game be played in Notre Dame Stadium, because I know that stadium is iconic. So that's why I have Notre Dame here at number 4. Now on to number 3. This team is actually the most recent team that KU has played, and for good reason. Also, this team has had some really good success in recent years, except like the last couple where they've slipped a bit. Number 3 is the Texas A&M Aggies. Yeah, that's right, I have Texas A&M on this list. Also, Texas A&M was on my original list. They were number 5 on that list. This would be the first time that they would meet since 2011. And the big reason why I have them here is because they were former conference opponents when Texas A&M was in the Big 12 before they moved to the SEC. So it really fits well that Texas A&M and KU would play at least one more time. So that's why I have the Aggies here at number 3. Now to number 2. This team has been very successful in recent years and have gone to a couple conference championship games. But there is one reason in particular why I put them on here. Number 2 is the Iowa Hawkeyes. Now you might be wondering, why is this man going crazy and put Iowa on this list? Well, I had them there before. Iowa was originally number 4 on my list, but they bumped up 2 spots to number 2. This would be the first time these two would meet since 1960, and wouldn't you know it, these two are actually former conference opponents back in the days of the old Missouri Valley Conference. So, yeah, they are dire to meet each other. So that's why I have Iowa at number 2. And finally, my number 1 choice. Many people might have a guess that this will be Missouri, but unfortunately that's not correct, because KU and Missouri have future matchups scheduled for 2025, 2026, 2031, and 2032. So, who would be a solid choice for number 1? Well, it would be the number 1 team that I had last time on my list. Number 1 is obviously the Nebraska Cornhuskers, and for good reason. This would be the first time that Nebraska and KU would face off against each other since 2010. Also, they were former conference opponents when they were members of the Big 12 before Nebraska jumped ship to the Big 10. But the biggest reason why I have it here, this was the longest uninterrupted rivalry west of the Mississippi up until Nebraska's departure from the Big 12 to the Big 10. I believe now it's Wisconsin and Minnesota. I might be wrong on that. But come on. Having KU and Nebraska not face each other every year really sucks. And I really want to see this happen very, very soon. So please, KU Athletics and Nebraska Athletics, make this matchup happen. So that's why I have the Nebraska Cornhuskers at number 1. And with that said, that's going to do it for the top 10 KU football matchups that I would like to see in the near future, the 2024 edition. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Also, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe, and push that notification bell, and tell your friends about these videos. And I should see you again when the next one comes out. But until then, have a good day, never ever bring exotic dancers to the field house, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.